Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to today's video. 2025 pink slips has arrived. Brand new mix of pink slips for 2025. First new mix of the year. Been quite some time since we've gotten a mix of pink slips as well. This is, I believe this is mix 4 or 5 overall for the entire pink slips line. But it does still continue to use the little container right here. When pink slips first came out, they were about $3.99. These now retail for $6.47. So $6.47. So they've almost doubled in price since when they first came out, and nothing's really changed with them. Of course, from Jada, these are Majorette castings. In case you guys are living under a rock, all of these castings are from Majorette. Nothing particular on the back. There is your barcode should you want the barcode details or anything like that. Pink slips right there. Of course, the little sticker that comes from Walmart as per usual. And then there is a QR code should you want to scan the QR code. We'll just get right into it. This first one, the Audi R8. So we will pull out our Audi R8 Coupe, it says. So it comes with, again, the metal tins. The artwork is pretty nice. They look pretty good. Details look pretty good. Nothing inside. The car does fit in there, though. So if you want to put the car in there, you can certainly put the car in there. I would never utilize those, but you could do that. Just slides on, has pink slips on 2 sides, and just made in China on the bottom, because of course it's made in China. There is your R8 Coupe. This is, of course, a Majorette casting. Does come with rubber tires. Those are rubber tires. This particular casting does not have suspension. So there is your Majorette right there. 1/53rd scale, or 1/58th scale. Sorry about that. This one does not have any opening features or anything like that. Nothing opens on it. This is basically straight from their streetcar line, which is pretty disappointing. It says Audi Sport on there, V10. Headlights are lens though, which is nice. Taillights are just printed up. Of course, just Rail Riders, rubber tires. People yell at me for calling them Rail Riders, but they're Rail Riders. It is what it is. All right, next one up in the mix, Nissan GTR. Yes, very, very nice GTR. And not only is this a very nice GTR, this is the nicest GTR that they do. And you may say, well, what do you mean? The blister was a lot thicker than the first one. That's interesting. All right, get that out of here. So there is the tin. We'll get the tin out of the way real quick. Of course, the tins are done up to match the models, so nothing particularly fancy. I guess we'll just leave those out there for now. Now, this is the really nice GTR. The reason I say it's the really nice GTR is because it has 2 opening features. So it's got an opening hood, so the hood opens up. They never really open very far. Majorette products don't really open that far, but at least they do open. You can see the 6-cylinder down in there. It looks okay. So I do like the fact that the side fender areas are part of the die-cast body, and then just that center part is the engine, which looks pretty nice. Lensed headlights, as you'd expect. It has GTR symbol on the front, but this also has a secondary opening feature, so this has 2 moving features. So very, very nice to get 2 moving features. So Majorette has a few different versions of their GTR casting. This one is one of the better ones, or not the best one. So pretty happy about that. Detail on the side, kind of that Nismo kind of checkered flag look to it. This one is one of their premium castings, so it does have suspension. You can see the suspension bars in there. This particular one is 1/62nd scale. Uses the 5 spokes, which are good. Taillight prints look pretty average. It says GTR on the back, Nissan on the back. The wing is integrated in the body, which is a pretty nice detail. I would assume this is kind of simulated carbon fiber hood, roof, and trunk is kind of what that kind of entails. Unfortunately, you don't get too much black in there to complete the trunk. But this is a pretty good version. The copper color looks really nice. It's metallic copper. So I'll dig in that one. So that one kind of makes up for the fact that the Audi had no moving features whatsoever. All right, next one up, Lamborghini Aventador SV Roadster in gold. I absolutely despise this casting from Majorette. This is one of the few castings that I think that they just really screwed up. I really think this is a terrible casting. Probably one of the worst castings that Majorette has. For one, it sits a little bit weird, and you see the wheels that they have on this one don't quite sit right, but it does have suspension on it. But it doesn't really fill up the wheel well. So either they have wheels that are too small like this, or they use wheels that are too big, which just looks just as bad. The casting is not very good. It has lensed headlights, which are okay. I do like the gold finish to it, which looks really nice. Not sure. I'd have to look at my other ones if there's supposed to be an engine cover in there. Maybe this one's just missing it, or maybe they left it out. but I just can't remember. And then look at all that interior. I mean, look at how much space is in there from where the doors are supposed to be. I mean, this is just not a good casting. So this one will probably end up being a peg warmer, I'm sure. It says Lamborghini on the back, has some taillights printed up. This particular one happens to be 1/64 scale on the dot, according to Majorette. Let's see this one. A little bit off on its rivet, so it actually should be a little bit smaller. It doesn't really make all that much of a difference, to be honest, but it's pretty rare, obviously, to get a quality error with a Majorette item, too, because they're usually really good with their quality. All right, can't have pink slips without Porsche. We do have ourselves a 911 Carrera S. This one is pretty nice. This is a pretty good casting, too. This one also has 2 moving features to it, which is pretty nice. You can tell that these are made in the same factory as other Majorettes because the card art, or the card backing, is ridiculously thick. So we'll get this out of here. Packaging out of here. Take a look at the tin on this one. Again, just matching tin. This one looks a little bit better just because it's a Porsche. Just saying. Just saying. But all the details are the same. Nothing inside. So, you see, we'll just slow this down here. There is our 911. This one in kind of a powder blue with almost like that neon acidic yellow that Porsche uses usually for a lot of their brake calipers and stuff. It's kind of similar to that color. So I think that works out pretty good. It says Carrera S on the side. Of course, those are opening doors. Those doors open pretty good. Interiors are pretty nice on Majorettes. There's quite a bit of detail in there. You even have a shifter down in there. Something that you don't get with Hot Wheels or Matchbox. Details in the back says Porsche on the back. The Porsche is a little bit off center, which is unfortunate, but taillights are done up, and of course that third brake light right there in the engine cover looks nice. Utilizes the same 5 spokes that GTR did. I think that wheel looks perfect on this model. Of course, it has suspension. This is a premium model, 1/50th scale on the dot. I'm sorry, 1/60th scale? Yeah, 1/60th scale. Sorry about that. And then it does have an extra moving feature. The front trunk opens, the frunk opens up. But that's as far as it opens, and that's pretty much always been the problem. It just that's all it opens. So it's almost pointless to have that moving feature, in my opinion, just because it just doesn't open enough. But they can't do an opening like hood cover or engine cover because that doesn't open on the real one. At least not for the people who purchase the car. You could probably buy it if you were opening it when you're a mechanic or something. All right, next one up, we do have ourselves a Dodge Demon. Yes, Dodge Demon in purple. Nice metallic kind of glossy purple for the Dodge Demon. Yes, now I will point this out because some people yell at me. There's a little finger hole in the back here that you're supposed to put your finger in, and then you're supposed to open it that way, but that's redundant. I don't feel like that works all that well. I think this works better. So just pointing that out there so that anybody can get me on that one. Dodge Demon looks pretty good. Does, of course, have the Demon on the side, doing a burnout as you'd expect. Nothing on the inside. Maybe one of these days I'll open this up and there'll be like, cash in there. Cash money. There is the details on the side. There is your Demon. The Demon looks pretty good. I think the wheel choice is really nice. I kind of like that 6 spokes with kind of like almost like a beadlock look to it. I think it looks good for the Challenger. Details are nice. Does have, of course, the big Demon wide scoop on there. Suspension on this one because it is a premium casting. And then there is the base deets right there. This one happens to be 1/68 scale. I'm sorry, 1/66 scale. So it's a boat. It's a boat. Taillights are pretty nice. All nice up and date. Says Dodge on there. It's a pretty good version. Does have opening doors as well. The opening doors work pretty good. This casting's been around for a while. It's been modified from its original version, but it's been rolling around doing its thing for quite some time. So you're still getting plenty of life out of the Challenger. So we'll put our Challenger up here. And then the very last one in the mix, yes, because there's always 6 cars in the mix. The 934 RSR with a kind of a nice throwback deco to it. Actually looks pretty decent. So I'll get this one popped out of there. Cardboard out of here. There we go. Boom, boom, boom. Maybe. All right. There, of course, is the tin. I think this tin probably looks the best just because the colors kind of match together. And the little bit of pink right here, it actually just kind of throws it just a little bit. I don't know if it's just me, but I just think that looks okay. And then, of course, nothing inside. Hopefully you don't find anything inside, because there could be like a, I don't know, some kind of native bug or something from where are these made? Thailand. Porsche 934 RSR. This one looks pretty good. Details on the base right here. This one happens to be, get that glare going for us, 1/57th scale. So, and it does have suspension. It's a premium casting. Taillight prints look pretty good. They're pretty average. They're just pad printing. All these models are just pad printing. Nothing super high end. Just standard pad printing. It says 23 on the side. Not really sure the significance of the number. I think that's just the deco design. Nothing fancy. Headlights are still lensed, which is really nice. And the gold is a little bit shinier than the black is. So it kind of pops just a little bit. And of course it does have opening doors. There's your opening doors. So not too shabby. This is a really good casting. It's a little bit bigger than some of the other castings. Like it's pretty big to be next to like a modern 911. It should be significantly smaller, but Majorette just doesn't build castings like that. So I think that looks pretty dang good. We'll put that guy right at the top. So there you go. That is the latest mix of pink slips from Jada, Majorette. You can find those at Walmart. They do retail for $6.74 a piece. Those are super expensive now. But if you think about it, they have suspension, moving parts, and stuff like that. It's $6.74. That puts it on par with most premium brands. I don't really think that that's too ridiculous, although I do think the tin is still a waste of money. So anyways, drop a comment. Let me know what you guys think about those. Let me know if you're going to find those, you're going to hunt them, or maybe you've already found them. So anyways, we're going to roll out. Appreciate you.